Warm welcome along to the Audi Performance Zone tonight. It's her first time in the studio, so we thought we'd get Rachel up on the mat to tell us a few things. Rachel, what have you got for us?
So we are here with the force plates, and a lot of things that my students ask me is when does the pressure move in the golf swing throughout the different movements. So I'm going to talk you through the places where the pressure is going to be moving, and I'm going to give you a little drill to help you and hopefully get you hitting better shots. So we're going to start off with pressure pretty even on red and blue. Now, as we get to first parallel, we want to see our pressure shifting to our trail leg. As we get to that point, we want to stop the pressure shifting and center. From there, when lead arm gets to parallel, we can start moving onto the red square and push up. So a good way to practice this is just doing some really slow swings. You can try this at home and going through the motion slowly. So we're going to shift the weight to first parallel, recenter, then start feeling the weight onto the red and through. And if you keep doing that consistently, you've got the body awareness and you can build it up into a full swing. So I'm going to give it a go. Not quite what I used to be a few years ago. So we're going to allow the weight to move to P2, recenter, and hit it.
All sounds very good, and it was delivered perfectly by Rachel. She's been rehearsing ever since she got in tonight, Rachel. But yeah.
Okay, if we look at this direction of force, Rachel, that shows exactly what you're talking about. As you move back, that goes into the blue section and into your right heel. And then 3/4 of the way back, it's going to start shifting across to the red section. We're looking at that direction of force down in the bottom right, and then that big spike up at impact. It's staying over on that left-hand side, and then all your weight into the left heel. So if you're watching that thinking, hang on, wait a sec, let me just try and get that down. There is a lot to take in. I'm going to slow it all down for you. So if we look here, this is the bit that we're focusing on. When I mentioned direction of force, that's this section of your screen. This blue bit is obviously her right-hand side, and the red bit's her left-hand side. As we can see, that corresponds with the force plates. And then the yellow bit, that's her center of gravity. That's where she's moving across. So if we start this, Rachel mentioned P2, which is when the club's parallel with the floor. And if we stop her there, we can see that now her center of gravity has moved across to the right side to the blue square, but also it's starting to move and shift back into her right heel. So as she was saying, it moves across, and then as she starts to take it up, it's going to move further into her right heel. Now as the club reaches through to the top here, she's poised, ready to go. You can see this center of gravity is poised, ready to jump up. This is going to have a big spike. Now she's going to, from the top, move down into that red section, down into that left-hand side. She's using up all of that force that she's stored up across the course of the backswing. And look at that there. That big yellow spike that's coming all the way up. And as you can see here, this has shifted completely. This little blue bit was in her right heel. It's now in her right toe, and her center of gravity is on the left-hand side. Her weight is all in her left heel as she pivots back through the ball, through to her follow-through. So we're going to go from middle, shift across to that blue section, into the right heel, across to that red section, and rotate and send it on its way.
I love how the student is now the coach. So you've swapped around.
She's taught me so well that I can just recite it now. I know exactly what she's talking about. But as Rachel said, that if you do that really nice and slow at home, you can feel the feelings and the weight transference in your feet, and that will help you be more balanced, a little bit more Jason Day-like.
Fantastic insight from both of them. Let's get back out to TPC Craig Ranch.